quarterback rooms. So the 2025 season is around the corner, less than 2 weeks away. So we got to debate which ones are the best, who are the not. Now, last season, 6 of the 8 UFL franchises started more than one quarterback, with 12 of 16 USFL, XFL franchises starting more than one quarterback in 2023. While UFL certainly has their stars, it's crucial that each room has at least 2 QBs that are capable of going forward and leading their teams. I mean, we've got a lot of change this year. So he's got at the bottom, Houston Roughnecks, Anthony Brown, Nolan Henderson, and Jalen McClendon. Remember, McClendon was like a backup for the DC Defenders. Nolan Henderson, we still haven't heard of anybody who is kind of heard some tweaks, some stuff online about Anthony Brown as possible being the guy, but nobody's really standing out. And there's still the feeling is that Houston will kind of be at the bottom of the barrel. He's got number 7, the St. Louis Battlehawks. That's right, without A.J. McCarron, Max Duggan, Manny Wilkins, Chivion Cordero are the 3 guys. Manny Wilkins looked decent last year. Clearly, this was before Max Duggan came into the picture. The Battlehawks were okay with getting rid of A.J. McCarron. I think they felt like they had a guy in Manny Wilkins. The pressure is on because this team needs to perform potentially to keep the UFL from surviving. And we've talked about this in other shows about, the potential 8 games in St. Louis would bring a lot of revenue if they give the players a bump. We want to see new franchises. So really could come down to Manny Wilkins, the guy that everybody's excited to see. And I am too, is Max Duggan. It's definitely there. Now, San Antonio Brahmas, he has at 6. Kellen Mond seems to be the guy going forward. People are excited about him. Kevin Hogan and Jarrett Guantanamo have played in the league last year. Not very exciting stats. Didn't really get to do much. But A.J. Smith knows what he's doing with the QB room. He's worked with guys before. We will see if San Antonio has a guy. Remember, Kellen Mond seems to be the guy. And really, it's just A.J. Smith. I think anybody will do well in that offense, and I think Kellen Mond will do well, but we don't know because he has no stats. So it'll be really interesting to see how that goes. He's got Michigan Panthers at number 5, Bryce Perkins and Danny Etling. Remember, they got rid of E.J. Perry. He is out, so Perkins and Etling, I think Etling will probably be the guy. It seems to be that way. Between Perkins and Etling as Q, it's pretty good hands. Rocky Lombardi is the 3rd quarterback. No stats on him, lacks experience. So it's really between those 2 guys. And I think Danny gets the head there. DC Defenders, your team, America's team. Jordan Tamu, what can you say about him? One of the top players in the league. Kind of an off season last year. We lost Abram Smith. The offense kind of struggled a little bit. I think they started coming in their own towards the end of the season. They're getting some of their wide receiver back. They have a good team. They got Mike DeLilio and Spencer Sanders, 2 guys with no experience going forward as far as spring football goes, new guys. So it's up to Tamu. If he gets hurt, we could be in trouble. With your team, America's team, remember, the DC Defenders is America's team, and that's your team. We'll see how it goes there. Memphis Showboats, he's got him at number 3. E.J. Perry, Troy Williams. Remember, they got rid of Quentin Dormady. They signed Dresser Wynn. We don't know much about him. I would assume E.J. Perry played really well, I think, for the Michigan Panthers last year. I think he's going to be the guy. Troy Williams was okay in the USFL with the Pittsburgh Maulers, but we'll see how he does going forward. But I think E.J. Perry is the guy. Number 2, Arlington Renegades. It's so funny because the team is just no one's excited about the team, but Luis Perez is the king of spring. What can you say? Holton Olliers is new, and so is Luke Linehan. We'll see how those guys play. Olliers was there last year. Luke Linehan is a rookie, so we'll see how he does, but clearly Luis Perez is the top dog. And then, of course, number 1, Birmingham Stallions. Alex Magoo is back. I think he's going to tear it up. Matt Corral also played well. Case Cookus is a veteran of the UFL and spring football. To get him, too, is really surprising. I would probably venture to say if I'm the Birmingham Stallions, I would use him as trade bait during the season. If somebody gets an injury, Case Cookus is the guy. And listen, you want to play with the Stallions, light it up. I mean, I would have loved to see Case Cookus potentially with the San Antonio Brahmas. I mean, that would have been more interesting to me there. But those are the rankings according to Pat Ruffino. He knows a thing or two about quarterbacks. Let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. And remember, ranking the UFL's quarterback rooms, you have it right there. But hey, there's just more than quarterbacks. There's wide receivers. There's defense. That's what makes the championship game. So it'll be interesting to see how the ranking of the quarterbacks do versus how the teams perform in the 2025 season.